Did you want to know what to do with your leftover sweet potato casserole? Yes, you did, and I'm going to tell you. We are here with another fun, frugal, quick and easy, fabulous, delicious cooking experience using up leftovers, the most frugal thing ever to do, using leftover sweet potato casserole. And we are going to use this to make muffins! Yum, 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 yum. I love sweet potato casserole. Just love it. So this is not something that I only make at Thanksgiving or Christmas. I love it year-round. I love it. Alright, if you are going to make your muffins with leftover sweet potato casserole that already has some sweetener in it or perhaps marshmallows melted on top, you're going to want to cut back on the sugar for the muffins because it's already going to be really, really sweet. If you're just using plain mashed up sweet potatoes that you had, then, don't cut back on the sugar. Sweet potato muffins. These are absolutely delicious. These are very easy to make, very quick. Who doesn't like a fresh baked homemade muffin? Nobody. Nobody's saying me, I don't like that, because you all like it. And these are very moist and dense, and it's just like this delicious kind of like spice muffin. I mean, I don't think you would really necessarily know it's sweet potatoes. If you ate it, you would just think, oh, what a lovely cinnamon spice muffin that is. You wouldn't think sweet potatoes. So if you know someone who doesn't like sweet potatoes, don't tell them there's sweet potatoes in the muffins, because they're still going to like the muffins. And normally I would put walnuts in the muffins, but I don't have any today. But I think you should, because walnuts are awesome. So we're going to start out with 2 cups of flour, which I have here in the bowl. And you know your basic proportion in making muffins, in my mind, would be the 2 cups of flour to 1 cup of sugar. So now we're going to add a cup of sugar. Here it is. Sugar in. Alright, put in, that's probably too much. Put in about a teaspoon of baking soda and about half a teaspoon of salt, which helps activate your baking soda. Yes. Now, of course, normally you put eggs in. I have mentioned before that you can use vinegar to substitute for eggs because the vinegar reacts with the baking soda and makes your baked product rise high. And today, I have no choice. I have to do that because I have no eggs in the house because I used them yesterday to make deviled eggs. So, we have our dry ingredients in. Again, that's your flour, your sugar, your baking soda, and your salt. Now, normally on my own, I would just dump in all the sweet potatoes I had left over into the bowl. But I would say to you, use a cup of your sweet potato leftovers. Just because I'm trying to give you measurements. Because as you can see, as I go along, I kind of make it up as I go along and I just throw stuff together. But, because we're being professional today, let's measure it, shall we? Alrighty, so, yeah, what I have is not much more than a cup anyway, but with a nice cup of leftover sweet potatoes. So, plop that in, like so. Then we are going to need a bit of oil, and I would say maybe a third of a cup of oil, third to half a cup of oil. Neaty. If you want to be in the picture, you have to jump up high enough to see yourself.
On my computer.
Tell Autumn not to touch the computer. Alright, we're going to put in about a third, well no, this is really more about a half a cup of oil. Alright, we'll put in our little splash of vinegar, no more than a tablespoon I would say. Put a little bit in here, help rinse out the rest of the oil. Then, we're going to put in a little bit of milk, because I have the sense that this is going to be too dry. I think you could use water too. If you don't have milk in the house, use water. Alright, so we're going to put in, start with about a third a cup of milk. We'll see if we need to add more. Cinnamon, my favorite ingredient. And I don't measure this. I don't put just a teaspoon in. I dump quite a lot in because I like it. I would really put into this any kind of spice that you think would be good in pumpkin pie. So if you have pumpkin pie spice mix, put it in. Cloves, ginger, nutmeg, all that fabulous stuff. I have a little bit of ginger, so I'm going to put just a little bit of that in. I think if I put too much, it would taste a little gingerbready, which would also be fabulously delicious. It would be like faux gingerbread. Now, we're going to mix it up, and we're going to use our handheld electric beater. Now we're going to mix it up. Any excuse to use this. As I tell my kids, never lift the beater up. Always keep it pressed down to the bottom, or else your batter flies all over the kitchen. We've done that, I know. Alright, this is looking pretty darn thick. So we are going to add a little bit more milk. And we'll go back to beating it up. Alright, that seems like a nice consistency. Pourable, but pretty thick. Kind of maybe as thick as, I'd say, a thick brownie batter. That's what I'd say. Right, let's take this a look-see. Doesn't that look scrummy? Yes, it does. So, we will pour the batter into our muffin tin that we keep on top of a cookie tray because it's floopy. Cookie tray gives it stability. It's already sprayed with cooking spray. We will fill each a muffin cup almost to the top. And then we are going to bake at 350. Because of the moisture of the sweet potatoes, these can take a long time to bake. I'd say start with at least a half an hour, and then we're going to check on them to see how they're doing. Because you don't want to bite into a muffin and have it raw inside. No, you don't want that. That's not scrummy. No. Alright, and into the oven we go. Now, if you were going to use eggs, I'm thinking you would use 2. And if, for example, you are baking muffins and then you realize, oh no, I have no oil. I need some fat in there to make them tender and delicious. I don't know, throw in some mayonnaise. What is that but oil and eggs, after all? I'm all about the substitutions. If you don't have oil, you can make them fat-free by using applesauce. If you want to make applesauce spiced muffins, go for that. You start with your basic 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, you got your baking soda, a couple of eggs, throw in some applesauce and cinnamon. Yum, how delish. What do you have there, girls?
Some muffin batter. And Mommy let us taste test them.
What do you think of the batter?
Yum.
You think these are going to be good muffins?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Now we are going to start on these first.
My taste testers, the muffins cooked for about 35 minutes at 350.
Yum.
Good.
Yum.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. The best thing I ever tasted.
Best thing she ever tasted.
I think it's the best thing I ever tasted in the whole wide world. It's not as good as chocolate though.
Well, nothing really is as good as chocolate, is it?
Amazing.
It's amazing. It's the best thing I've ever eaten.
Nice and warm. Quick and easy, super frugal, using up leftovers, sweet potato casserole becomes sweet potato spice muffins.
Just click down below if you want to watch more videos. But if you don't have a click below, you can't watch more videos.
We all have to click below.
And if you don't have a click below, which you all might have the click below, so if you want to watch more videos, click